left hand good.
Back. Drives into the lane, goes up and good, and it's fouled. What a play by Jeremiah Bell.
Be good to go over there. I think Terry Johnson and big dunk right there by Matt Rose. Nice dish too.
Stop Davis. Davis down low. Good pass. Played up and in by Cal. Looking down low. The alley-oop. 6 seconds. Got him. Back door and the dunk with authority.
Rose, right wing. Ferguson steps into a three. Got it. Ferguson now 14 points in this.
The following sports broadcast is brought to you by Clear Choice Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner. By Sutherland Chevrolet over in Nicholasville. By Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. By UK Healthcare, Orthopedic Surgery, and Sports Medicine. By Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. By Roberts Insurance and Investments. By UK Healthcare, Kentucky Children's Hospital. By Crown Trophy. Dallin Family Dentistry. Central Bank. Lowe's Sporting Goods. Raymond James. Richard Noonan is your agent. By News Talk 590 WVLK. And by Rafferty's. We now take you live to today's ball game in high definition on PrepSpin.com.
And welcome back to Eastern Kentucky University here for the 11th Region Basketball Tournament. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, thanks to Darren Douglas and Coach Carl Red Hutchinson for calling that last game. That was a very good win for Lafayette. Ross Jenkins, 19. Harrison Lane, our star of the game, 18 points. Ross Jenkins came up a little gimpy there late in the game. Took a shot to the knee. Don't know what the extent of that is. We'll talk to Jenny Williams, the athletic trainer with Lafayette, but you hope that's not a situation that will cause any problems for the big fella Monday night in that Final Four game against Bryan Station.
Yeah, that's right. It was a bad fall. You late in the fourth quarter kind of went down and twisted his knee as he went down and reached straight for it, got up slowly, and hobbled off. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He was walking around back there, and Jenny Williams was looking at him, so hopefully Ross will be ready to go for the next game.
It's Richmond Model and Lexington Henry Clay in this one, Coach Cheatham. What do you expect in this matchup as the 42nd district champion Henry Clay takes on Richmond Model?
Well, I'll tell you what, Gary, the first time I saw Henry Clay this year was back in December, and I thought, all right, well, they've got some athletes, and certainly miss their star, but still a really good basketball team. And then I see them in January, and I'm like, wow, they've improved. And then we see them against Scott County over there, where they swept Scott County this year, won 3 times in a row. And I thought, wow, this team just gets better and better every time I've seen them play. They play fast, they play strong, and they play smart. This is an excellent, excellent Henry Clay team. Lost both games in the regular season to Bryan Station, but when it came tournament time, they got it done, and they're your 42nd district champs.
And Model is led, they're coached by Wes Scarberry. They're led by 2 outstanding players. Alex Chin is a 6'4 junior, averages over 15 points a ball game. And Efren Otieno averages almost 20 points a game, a junior. He's very quick, so they've got the 2 big guns. But Isaiah Tisdale, you mentioned looking underneath the basket of Jeremiah Tisdale. Could you imagine if they had that big fella in the lineup at Henry Clay? He's been out all year, of course, with a torn ACL.
Right, an excellent, excellent Henry Clay basketball team. Right now currently ranked 22nd in the state. And just to think if Jeremiah was still in the lineup, they would be what I believe to be the number 1 team in the state.
I would totally agree with that. And let's take a look at some other guys, too. We had Colby Barnes on the radio with us, and PrepSpin back in the district tournament. Great young man from a great family, John Barnes and so forth. His mother also teaches there at Henry Clay. But Jordan Houston, to me, has been the big story for Henry Clay. He had a double-double in the district tournament for them, and he's really picking up. Matter of fact, Felix Wilson, the great point guard for Henry Clay, said when Jordan Houston's going like that, we're almost unbeatable. So we'll find out what kind of game Jordan Houston has here today against Richmond Model.
Yeah, Jordan just owning the backboards recently and so strong around the basket, and just a force to be reckoned with for Henry Clay.
Coach Cheatham, two teams have punched their ticket already. Bryan Station looked impressive, and when I say impressive, particularly Andre Davis in that first half, knocking down shot after shot. They looked impressive in their win earlier today, the game you and I did. A good effort in that ball game, but we kind of knew on paper that Bryan Station was a heavy favorite in that game.
Yeah, what I was most impressed with from that Bryan Station effort is how focused they were from the opening tip on a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock after a delay and no practice because of snow. They came out as sharp as a tack.
They did. And the reason we thought they might be favored is because Coach Feldhouse does a great job at Madison Central. But when you lose a Cameron Thomas, if you talk to anybody that knows high school basketball, he's probably the best all-around athlete on that basketball team. And he averages 14, 15 points a game. He's your starting point guard. When you take him out of the equation, boy, that really gave the advantage to Bryan Station, and they took advantage of it.
All right, you hate to see that, especially this time of year, to lose 14 points a game. You just can't make up for that this late in the year.
In this one, it's Richmond Motto, West Scarberry, and Daniel Brown's Henry Clay Blue Devils. We'll step out. We come back. We will mic the public address announcer for the starting lineups. We appreciate all you folks watching on PrepSpin. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Our third game today, third of 6. And, Coach, after this, we're only halfway through. We got 3 more to go.
Halfway through, and it's an exciting day, great day to be a basketball fan in the state of Kentucky.
And by the way, Tony Wise, you talk about a crew that gets it right from the horse's mouth. We're going to get Tony Wise right over here in the next ball game, and he's going to do color with Darren Douglas for the Woodford County. What other outlet can do that in the state of Kentucky? I'm just going to go ahead and blow William Warfield's horn a little bit over there at PrepSpin.
Yeah,
Tony Wise will join us for the telecast in the next game when Woodford County will take on Lexington Catholic.
No better resource in high school sports today than PrepSpin.
We'll come back here on PrepSpin, and we will have Henry Clay and Richmond Model, Gary Ball with Justin Cheatham. And this, we want to thank Matt Rose for joining us. And by the way, we're going to bring Matt Ice back. We're going to bring Mr. Iceman back Monday night. He's going to join us for one of those semifinal games Monday night, Matt Rose. And I thought he did a terrific job. I mean, the kid, that's his first broadcast ever. He sounded like a seasoned pro. I tweeted out, Jay Billis, you better be watching your back, big fella, because somebody's coming hard. You better get the ice pack out.
Matt Rose rolled in here and acted like he had done it for years, gave great color, and just a wonderful addition to that first broadcast this morning.
So we got Model and Henry Clay coming up. We'll be back on PrepSpin with the starting lineups here. Stay with us here from Eastern Kentucky University.
Hankins with a spin move to left hand, good.
Back. Drives into the lane, goes up and good, and it's foul. What a play by Jeremiah Bell.
Be good to go over there. I think Terry Johnson, a big dunk right there by Matt Rose. Nice dish, too.
Stop Davis down low. Good pass. Played up and in by Cal.
Looking down low, the alley-oop.
6 seconds. Got him. Back door and the dunk with authority.
Rose, right wing, Ferguson steps into a 3, got it.
Ferguson now 14 points in this.
The following sports broadcast is brought to you by Clear Choice Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner. By Sutherland Chevrolet over in Nicholasville. By Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. By UK Healthcare Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine. By Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. By Roberts Insurance and Investments. By UK Healthcare Kentucky Children's Hospital. By Crown Trophy. Dallin Family Dentistry. Central Bank. Lowe's Sporting Goods, Raymond James, Richard Noonan is your agent. By News Talk 590 WVLK, and by Rafferty's. We now take you live to today's ball game in high definition on PrepSpin.com.
All right, we're back here at McBrayer Arena on the campus of Eastern Kentucky University for our third game this afternoon, where the Model Patriots will take on the Henry Clay Blue Devils.
And we're waiting for Darren Douglas to get back in the building so we can mic up the public address announcer, who does a great job with the PA. And we want to get the starting lineups. And I believe that is Mr. Fritz, Doug Fritz over there, brother of Gary Fritz. So we're waiting on Darren to get back over there.
Drop this off from Becky LaShawn. Gary knows what it is.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go ahead and do the starting lineup since we have a Darren Douglas is lost in the shuffle here somewhere. And let's take a look at the model. It'll be Ephraim Otieno, a junior, averaging 19 points. Logan Jackson, a junior. Alex Chin, a 6'4 junior. Garrison Gray, a sophomore. Jacob Backus is a sophomore. Henry Clay will start this starting lineup. It will be Isaiah Tisdale, Colby Barnes, Jordan Houston, Felix Wilson, Campbell Tisdale, the junior. Colby Barnes, a senior, a great football player. Jordan Houston, a junior. Felix Wilson, a senior. Dakari Campbell. And we saw Campbell knock down a bunch of threes, Coach, in the games we've done this year for Henry Clay.
He sure does. And, of course, we saw Tisdale knock down the big three in that home win versus Scott County in the regular season. Just a Henry Clay team with so many weapons. Model certainly needs to come out and knock down a few shots early on, get some confidence. Then they have to handle the basketball. They're going to have to handle the Henry Clay pressure if they're going to stay in this game.
So it'll be Henry Clay and Model here. We gave you the lineups already, and as we said, Model's got two outstanding scorers. We figure they'll be the big guns today. That's Chin and Otieno, and Alex Chin, a junior. Not only does he average over 15 points a game, Coach Cheatham, 11 and a half rebounds a game.
Yeah, well, he's a big body. In warm-ups, he was making his presence known, threw down a few dunks and just let the crowd know that he's here. He's not intimidated. He's ready to play. And expect to see him crash the boards hard, and Henry Clay will have to find him, box him out.
What kind of ball game do you expect out of Henry Clay today, Coach? I mean, they've got so many weapons, even though Jeremiah Tisdale's out with the ACL. They got Isaiah Tisdale. They've got Jordan Houston, Felix Wilson. You know, Felix Wilson's capable of pumping in 20, 25 points.
That's right. Well, this is a model team with a losing record, 13-15, 4-4 in the region. These two teams have not met. Model traditionally doesn't play the larger Lexington schools in the regular season. Henry Clay just needs to do what they do. They need to play at their level, the best basketball they can play, and forget about the opponent, take care of business, and move on to the second round. For Model, cherish every possession, handle the ball, and shorten the game.
So we're just about set for basketball as the starting lineups have been announced by the public address announcer here at Eastern Kentucky University. Kind of a sparse crowd because of Kentucky playing at 2 o'clock today. So this game's going to tip about 1:30, so not the crowd we thought we might have. But I tell you what, Coach, I think Monday night, the Final Four, the semifinal games, will have huge crowds in there because no UK game to compete with.
That's right, and so far, you know, the expectation going into this tournament is that the four Lexington schools would move on to the Final Four, and so far, Bryan Station a winner and Lafayette a winner. So we'll see if Henry Clay can continue that streak for the Lexington schools.
And Chin wins the tap, coming down with it, Otieno. Let's see what Model can do here. Otieno's very quick. He is a junior, averaging 19 points. Otieno looking for Chin. Out top he goes Jackson, and he knocks down the three. You know, you talk about Chin and Otieno, and Jackson comes out, knocks down the three.
That's right. That's exactly what Model needed. First possession, patience, good open look, knocks down the three.
Shot out of the corner, knocked down, and nicely done there by Tisdale.
Tisdale matches the three with a three of his own from the corner.
We're tied on the back-to-back Jackson and Isaiah Tisdale three-pointers. There's Otieno. Down the lane, Otieno throws it up, off balance, won't go, and rebounded there by Houston. Here comes Henry Clay Wilson. Kicks it over Tisdale, and he traveled with us. He tried to line up that three-point shot, Coach.
Yeah, Henry Clay fast breaking to Tisdale. Tisdale running the floor well, but caught it, took one extra step. First turnover of the game is Henry Clay. Ball goes back to Model. So Model inbounds. And they're going to advance it up the floor. Henry Clay and their man-to-man.
We're tied at 3. Across the line is Chin. Swing it over to Gray. Come back out top to Otieno. 7:05 to go in the first quarter of action. Tied at 3. Here's Otieno. He kicks it over to Gray. Back now to Otieno. 6:52 to go in the first period. Otieno trying to go back to Jackson. He hands it out to Chin. Chin spinning, travel with it, Coach.
Yep, spin, drives right, spins back left, and clearly drug his pivot foot. Although a good possession for Model. Ends in a turnover ball back to Henry Clay. So we score 2 threes in the first 28 seconds of the game, and the last 3 possessions have come up empty for both teams.
See what Henry Clay does here, and that is Wilson with it. Back out to Tisdale, over to Felix Wilson, lines it up, got it.
We talked about how dangerous Bryan Station was. If they're knocking down the threes, same scenario with Henry Clay.
Yep, 6-3 now. Blue Devils, Tisdale and Wilson have threes, and they are 2 for 2 behind the line. Model Chin on Houston. Gives it up over to Jacob Backus. Backus, ball tipped away there by Tisdale. That's another thing about Tisdale. He has such quick hands.
Yeah, well, every defender on this Blue Devil team, quick hands, all over the court. All great on-ball defense. There's just not a lot there offensively.
Three-pointer by Jackson. Back of the rim, no rebound by Houston. Boy, Houston really doing a good job on the glass. 6-3. Right side, here's Barnes. That's a 10-footer, too strong. Houston battling, and Otieno pulled down, though, by Otieno strips it away from him. Otieno with a bust out. He has it knocked away by Barnes, but, boy, Otieno getting after it, Coach.
That was great hustle. You know, that was one of those 50-50 balls, and could have gone either way. Otieno gives a great effort, gets the ball, advances it for his team, and they'll inbound under their own basket.
Kick it out top now. Otieno down the lane and off glass. Good, and a whistle foul before the shot. 5:43 to go, and it's 6-3 Henry Clay, Coach.
Yeah, Otieno really strong going left or right. Defender just not sure which way he's going and is able to attack the rim there.
Otieno with a nice grab. Grabs it off glass, too short. Rebounded by Barnes of Henry Clay. 5:38, Blue Devils up on a couple of three-pointers, Coach.
Yeah, good shooting early on for Henry Clay.
And
2 for 2.
Campbell's three, that's off the mark and pulled down by Backus. Jacob Backus there to pull it down. He's going to bring it across himself. Backus into front court. Needs some help. Model, of course, right here at Eastern, the Model Laboratory School. It's right on the campus here of Eastern Kentucky. Here's Chin's three. Back of the rim, no. Rebounded by Barnes. That's kind of interesting. They didn't have far to go, did they?
They didn't have far at all. Yeah, you can just walk right over there from here.
Wilson has it rejected by Chin, who's a good athlete.
Well, Wilson drives, and Chin just right in there saying, absolutely not, young man. Knocks it above the cheerleaders' heads off the concrete wall there below the McBrayer Arena sign, and this Model team has a lot of fight.
Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, William Warfield, and here on PrepSpin, third game of 6 today. Coming up, Lexington Catholic, Woodford County will conclude the boys' first round, girls' semifinals tonight. All that action on PrepSpin, thanks to UK Sports Medicine. Also, Sutherland Chevrolet, they're over in Nicholasville. Don't text and drive from the fine folks over at Sutherland Chevrolet. Bounce pass down low, turning, and Barnes' shot won't go. Rebounded by Chin. We mentioned he grabs 11.5, 12 rebounds a game, and Chin already has a couple in this one, doesn't he?
That's
foul
right.
call.
That's right. Already has 2 rebounds, and although the rebounding advantage right now is Henry Clay, 6 rebounds, Model 2 rebounds, but that was a good box out there by Model. Rebounded the ball. Chin brought it down a little bit low, and Henry Clay able to get their hands on it, but it goes out of bounds and back to Model.
Well, every point we've had so far in this game has been a three-pointer, 2 by Henry Clay, and the one by Model, of course, was knocked down by Jackson out front.
Yeah, that's the only shot that Model's made so far. They're 1 for 5 from the field.
Backus to Chin. Kicks it over now to Logan Jackson. To Chin. Chin throws it up and in. Boy, he went over top that time of the big fellow, Smith, at 6'7".
Yeah, Smith 6'7", has about 4 inches on Chin. Chin uses his body well and squares up and knocks down a tough jumper.
Isaiah Tisdale gets it over in the corner, comes back out now to Felix Wilson. Of course, he's the son of Felix Wilson, the great receiver at Kentucky back in the 90s, early 90s.
That's right.
Late 80s. Here's Tisdale, three-pointer, off the iron, no, and battle for it, Smith. And we're going to have a whistle, and let's see what the call is here. Good offensive glass work there by Tariq Smith.
Yeah, Tariq Smith into the game, battling for that rebound. That's the third offensive rebound for Henry Clay. Model with no offensive rebounds, and that's another thing that if you're Model, you want to stay in this game, which they're doing right now. You have to eliminate those second chance opportunities. Right here, Henry Clay is going to get a second chance opportunity.
Jordan Houston back in for Smith for Henry Clay. Tisdale gets the inbound on the left elbow. Uses a pick there from Barnes, and he's working out top there on Backus. Now they give it back to Wilson. Model packing in a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, packing in a 2-3 zone. Ridgeway in the game, a strong three-point shooter. You expect to see a lot of threes taken in this game by Henry Clay. Ridgeway gives him another three-point threat.
Felix stood a little bit low, but normally a pass Jordan Houston handles it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, the energy level from the Blue Devils is not what it has been in the earlier times I've seen them this season.
Yeah. 3:39 in the first. Blue Devils 6 and Model 3. Check it 5 now. 6-5, excuse me. Here comes Models. Chin hands it to Otieno. The corner to Backus. Swing it back now to Ephraim Oti, down to Chin. Chin is going to be fouled on a reach there. Thought for a minute they might call a charge, but called the foul on Henry Clay.
Yeah, Chin caught it with his back to the basket and kind of took a drop step backwards. Weak side help defense came over. He was actually triple teamed. Could have kicked it and found an open man. Doesn't get the call, and ball goes out of bounds back to Model.
Otieno trying to get it going. He launches a long three off the iron. No, barely skipped the iron on the left side, and then tracked down by Colby Barnes.
Yeah, three-point shooting, not Otieno's game.
Wilson to Tisdale, backing back out of there, kicks it back to Felix Wilson. Wilson pounds it down with 3:09 to go first quarter. It'll be Lexington Catholic, Woodford County after this one. Girls games tonight at 6:30 and 8:15. Tisdale dumps it down low. Smith hanging and throwing it up. Foul called, and that's just Tariq Smith saying, hey, I'm going to draw a foul here and hesitate, let the man foul me, and that's what happened.
Yeah, that's beautiful offense there by Henry Clay. They're facing a packed-in 2-3 zone, have not shot the ball from the outside particularly well the last couple of trips. Reverse the ball a couple of times, go inside out, get a good look, and get to the free throw line.
Foul winning on Otieno. That's his first.
It's the first free throw of the game taken with 2:59 remaining in the first period. Henry Clay.
And
good on the first one.
Yep, connected by Smith, 6'7" senior. Missed the second one, rebounded by Chin. Chin's got, 3 rebounds already or 4?
He has, I'm showing him with just 2.
Yeah, they missed one. Otieno, a junior. He's back. Chin just a junior. Here's the shot, won't go for Otieno. Rebounded by Smith of Henry Clay. Here come the Blue Devils. Up 7-5, stopping and popping, and it rolls out of there for Wilson. Chin there got a hand on it, and he's going to be fouled by Smith, I believe. Yeah, that's the call. Foul on Smith of Henry Clay.
Well, Smith being very aggressive around the rim right there, picks up a foul. Probably a good foul, though, because Henry Clay needs to step up their intensity. The energy level is just not there. And on that possession, you sort of saw a spark of the pace Henry Clay wants to play.
Chin gets it to Otieno. Ball tipped and picked off and stolen there by Leander Ridgeway. He just checked in on us, didn't he?
Yeah, that full-court diamond press going to be very effective. I expect Henry Clay to stay with that.
Barnes out to Tisdale, and the three too strong back of the rim. The rebound, a nice rebound coming down with it was Garrison Gray. First time we called Gray's name this afternoon.
Tisdale knocks down the first 3 he's taken, missed the last 2. Henry Clay now 2 for 9 overall.
Barnes out as Justin Mitchell, the junior, in for Henry Clay. 2:14, they lead at 7-5. Felix Wilson kicks it down in the corner now to Ridgeway. Back to Wilson. Back to Leander Ridgeway, southpaw. Gets Wilson, kicks it over the right side to the basket. Mitchell put it in. Mitchell's first basket.
Nice job by Henry Clay swinging the ball. Mitchell, great baseline drive and finish, but You know what? The pace of this game is going exactly the way Model wants it to go.
That's right.
Slow pace, low score. That's why it's a 4-point game.
Jackson kicks it over to Backus. Down low they go now to Jackson. Back to Chin, and Chin down low is going to be called for traveling before he put the shot up. Minute 36. Henry Clay up 9-5.
Yeah, the fourth turnover there for Model. One of the keys to Model's victory in this game was going to have to be eliminate turnovers. 4 already in the first quarter.
You know, with 6 games a day, we're going to be working 9 to 5.
We sure are.
And then a little later tonight, too, with girls action. I'm looking forward to those 2 girls games tonight. I think Franklin and Southern's going to be good. I think Lafayette Henry Clay girls is going to be a war.
Should be 2 really good girls games.
Out of the corner, Campbell's 3 got it. Dakari Campbell just came back in there to the ball game. I like the way Daniel Brown's shuffling this lineup in and out. He's playing almost a 2-platoon system
He
here.
sure is, playing a lot of players.
12-5, and here's a steal by Mitchell. Ball picked up and coming down there with it, Otieno. Otieno bust out. Otieno throws it up, and a foul call is going to go on Campbell before the shot by Ephraim Otieno.
Well, Otieno shows right there that he can run the floor with anyone. Attacks off the dribble. Nice little move to create some space.
Colby Barnes back in. Going out will be Isaiah Tisdale. Right side with it. Jackson launches. 15-footer off the mark. Tracked down. And Mitchell wanting to push it, but now he's going to hand it out top to Ridgeway. He lines it up. That's off the mark. And Battleford is going to be knocked out by Henry Clay's Smith. It'll go to Model. They're down 7, Coach, with 48.3 in the first period. Shooting 4 of 12 is Henry Clay, 2 of 9, the Patriots of Richmond Model.
Yep, and Model really struggling right now against this press that Coach Daniel Brown has put on, transitioning now to a man-to-man.
Chen gets the inbound, works down on Barnes, trying to clear away. And it's knocked away by Smith, picked up by Otieno. He goes right side, Benson, and he lays it up and in. Blake Benson, who just checked in. What is he, like the microwave? Instant offense off the bench?
Instant offense. Right place, right time. Gets the easy lay in. That's a big possession right there for Model to cut this to a 5-point game. You get a stop here, and you end the first quarter only down 5, and that's a victory for Model.
Benson, a great tennis player at Model. He played doubles last year with his brother Gus. Benson Jr., who's now playing at the University of Kentucky. What's that, Coach? On the left side, it goes Mitchell ball.
So jump ball stays with Henry Clay.
What, Coach? You didn't know he played tennis?
Didn't know he played tennis with his brother Gus.
8 seconds here in the first period. I don't want to play him in doubles is the point I'm making. That's why here's a steal by Otieno. Otieno, the bust out. Will he make it before the buzzer? Yes, he does with 1 second.
Wow.
What a great play there by Otieno to cut the lead to 3. Good job there by Otieno, the junior, and it's 12-9 ball game. We have the second quarter here on PrepSpin. We'll be back.
Kentucky Children's Hospital is here to care for Kentucky's kids. From primary care to serious illness, we are specially trained to address their unique needs. Kentucky Children's Hospital is one of only 2 hospitals in the state with specially trained pediatric surgeons, a level 4 NICU for the tiniest babies, a pediatric ICU, and a 24-hour pediatric emergency room to care for the most critically ill or injured children. We are here to provide whatever care your child needs.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
We're back here for the second quarter, and Benson's still in there, Blake, the sophomore for Model. Let's make sure that he is indeed, I'm checking to see, he is a junior, excuse me. So Benson is a junior. Shot knocked down there, Coach.
Right. Chin right out of the gate in the second quarter knocks down the jumper. We got a 1-point game, Gary.
12-11, and Tisdale for the Blue Devils. Wilson, they kick it around to Ridgeway. Leander in the middle now. Barnes dumps it down, and Jordan Houston missed the point-blank layup.
Point-blank, high-low action. Got the look they wanted. Couldn't get it to fall.
Otieno's steal and layup there at the end of the first seems to have ignited maybe this model team a little bit. 12-11, they can take the lead here with 7:20 to go before halftime.
That's right. They were on they were down 7, and now they're on an 8-0 run as model.
Backus gives it to Chin. He knocked down that shot to start this second quarter. He goes over now to his teammate Logan Jackson. Logan knocked away, picked up though by Otieno. Otieno backs it back out of there. Otieno looks like he probably could play some other sports too. Benson out of the right side, knocks it down. As we said, the instant offense by Benson. That's a second basket.
Benson 2 for 2, 4 points in this game since checking in late in the first quarter.
And Benson gives a lead, and here comes Model's Otieno. He drives down off glass, good.
Well, Otieno just faked Wilson right out, takes it all the way to the glass, scores, and gives Model a 3-point lead.
And Blake Benson, 2 big baskets off that D'Amato bench, and Otieno with the steal, and then the other way. I have no idea what happened to Mr. Wilson, but he was going the other way, and Otieno was laying it in.
Right, the energy level of Henry Clay is just not there today. You wondered after a little bit of a layoff, you can't practice in Fayette County when the snow's on the snow days, and they just have no energy in them whatsoever. You can expect Daniel Brown to really jump on them right here.
6:39 to go here in the first half, and it's 15-12. When Model has the lead. As you said, it's been a nice run here by the Patriots of Richmond Model. Earlier today, Bryant Station Lafayette won, so they'll meet in the first semifinal game Monday night.
Yeah, what a semifinal that'll be. I'll tell you, we've got a game right here, though. Henry Clay getting all they want from Model here in the first half. Model playing the pace that they want to play, packing in a zone, slow pace, low score, Model leads.
Felix Wilson over to Tisdale. Back over to Felix. Now they kick it out Ridgeway to Barnes. Colby looking. Over now to Wilson. Slices down left side. Hangs and scores.
Nice ball reversal. Wilson drives. Felt like he got fouled. Hit the deck. But
there was some contact.
Yeah, I think he got hit on the leg as he went up. Goes down, but pops right back up. Henry Clay needs to play some defense. Model, just be patient.
Gray. And there's going to be a traveling call as he tried to take it to the basket. Turn it over to Henry Clay. They're in their white. Model in the red. Big story in this game, Blake Benson, the junior, has come off the bench and given Model some kickstart with a couple of big baskets.
Huge baskets right off the bench. They were down 7 when Benson came in the game. 4 points, a couple of rebounds. He's just having a whale of a half.
15-14, Model leads. Under 6 minutes to go before halftime. Gary Ball, Justin Cheatham, William Warfield on PrepSpin. Coming up, Catholic in Woodford County. Shot won't go for Wilson. Gets his own miss. Throws it up, a little short arm, and he'll go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws. Will Felix Wilson.
Coach Scarberry furious over there on the Model sideline. He knows that his team cannot give Henry Clay multiple opportunities. Henry Clay misses the first shot, and Wilson able to get his own rebound. Now we'll go to the free throw line where Henry Clay is 1 for 2 tonight. Model has yet to shoot a free throw in this game.
Right now in the ball game, 5 of 16 for Clay. That's only 31%, whereas Model shooting 50% from the field.
Right, that's what they needed to do, shoot a high percentage, eliminate turnovers. They have 6 so far in the game, which they had 4 early on, have only had 2 since. They're doing what they have to do to be competitive in this game.
Wilson ties this game up. We're tied at 15. Benson kicks it back now to Otieno. Double team Otieno trying to get out of it. Back in the middle he goes to Chin. Bounce over now to Backus. Bounces back down to Chin. Chin posting up, turning, missed it badly. Picked up by Chin though. Stops in the paint, short arms it. Tipped around and coming out of there with it is Justin Mitchell. Clears it to Wilson. Wilson in the middle. In the corner to Campbell, and the three-pointer's off the mark, rebounded by Benson. Another board there for B squared, Blake Benson.
Well, I'll tell you, Henry Clay is trying to trap Otieno.
Fake with the ball, throw it off glass, no. And battling down low was Benson. Might have a foul over the back there.
It sure was. Benson boxing out well on the weak side. Henry Clay goes over his back. So, again, like I was saying, Otieno, there are some guards you just can't trap, and you cannot trap him. He can back dribble too well. He can hit the gaps too well. He sees the floor well. He can go either direction. Benson, great weak side box out there. Henry Clay picking up their 16th foul.
They get it into Otieno on the left elbow. He goes down low to Chin. Chin trying to hook it up, and it rolls in there. Nice soft touch by Alex Chin, the big fella.
Chin now 6 points, 5 rebounds in this game.
Model up by 2. Knocked away from Tisdale. Mitchell down the lane. Mitchell over Chin, and it rolls off the rim. Rebounded Otieno. Wants to push it. Otieno very quick. Otieno between the legs, ball on the floor. Hands it now to his teammate Backus. 4:35. And one thing I was talking about with Ephraim Otieno is I bet he plays soccer too. Here's a three-pointer knocked down out of the corner by Backus.
Model now 9 for 19, Gary. 2 for 5 from the three-point line. Shooting a very high percentage in this first half. 5-point lead, 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Big shot there by Jacob Backus. 20-15, 5-point lead, the largest for the Patriots of Model here. Dumped down low and handling this Tisdale. He turns, hangs, and scores, and he will get the soup and the Rafferty sandwich.
He earned that sandwich, Gary. That was a tough and one. Tisdale absorbs the contact on the right side of his body, has to lean out and extend his arm with the ball in his left hand, still able to bank it in. Goes to the free throw line for the and one.
Tisdale, a junior, averaging 20 points a game. And, of course, how good would they be with his older brother, Jeremiah, the All-State player, who tore his ACL and missed the entire season for Clay this year?
Yeah, well, during warm-ups, I look down there. Yeah. He looks like a college junior down there, Division I caliber player, and you just think, wow, what might have been. But this is still a great Henry Clay team.
Yeah, Tisdale completed a three-point play. It's a 2-point ball game. And Otieno missed a wide-open layup, rebounded by Tisdale. Here comes Isaiah wanting to push it. Tisdale dumps it down low, turning is Barnes, and he put it in. Colby Barnes, first basket for Barnes.
Yeah, well, that's the pace. Henry Clay wants to get this game going, and much faster there. Run a little fast break. Right away, bam. They had a 5-point lead, did Model. Now it's a tie game.
We're tied at 20 all with Model and Henry Clay. 3:16 to go here before halftime. And Otieno looking with Chin. Fakes the three, trying to go down low, picked off by Mitchell. Mitchell wanting to push it. Bounces to Colby Barnes, running the floor, put it in. He's fouled by Chin. Basket will count for Colby Barnes.
Otieno thought about the three, got a little caught up, turns the ball over. Looking a little gassed right now is Model. Multiple players been over with their hands on their knees. They've played a great first half. Now just trying to survive and get to halftime without, right now they're down 2, without getting too far down. Henry Clay really wanting to run now.
Free throw by Barnes is short and rebounded by Benson. Ball knocked away from behind, and what's going to be the call here? They're going to give it to Model, but another rebound there for Benson.
Yeah, I believe that's his third rebound, so 4 points, 4 or 5 rebounds. Benson's given a great spark off the Model bench. And, 3 minutes to go, you're down 2. You have played an excellent half. You've made Henry Clay play your pace. Model just needs to be patient on this possession, get a great shot.
22-20 after Model led 20-15. Benson, who's been a spark off the bench, goes down low now to Backus. He skips it out to Otieno. Otieno with 2:40 to go, trying to tie it up here for the Pats of Model. Otieno to the basket, slicing, dicing, scoring.
Slice and dice is exactly right. Great step-over move by Otieno.
Tied at 22 all with Model and Henry Clay. Henry Clay, the heavy favorite. I'd say they came in at least a double-figure favorite, wouldn't you?
Oh, definitely. Just haven't brought the energy. Model has. Model's made the Blue Devils play their style.
22 all, dumped down low. Houston turns and scores. Good pass from out top by Leander Ridgeway. Good finish by the big fella, Jordan Houston. 24-22, 2-minute mark. Clay up, leading by 2, minute 55. Lob, throw it over the head of Benson. Coming out of there with it is Ridgeway. Ridgeway slicing down left side, off glass, good. Tough shot by Leander. And the lead now is 26-22 with a minute 42.
Yeah, if you're Model, you just want to survive this quarter. You've played a great half. Need to be patient. Get a great shot here on this possession.
Minute 30 to go. 26-22. with the ball is Otieno. Chin, baseline 10-footer, off the rim, no good. Pulled down by Clay's Mitchell. Kicking in the corner, Campbell's three, in and out. Battle for it, and Mitchell's got it. Stripped away there, picked up, coming out of there with it is Motto Gray, and he has it knocked away there. Good hustle by Gray. Minute 8 to go here before halftime, but Motto's made a game. Motto actually led, 20-15, Coach? So it's been, since then, an 11-2 run by Clay.
That's right, up 5, have absolutely played their hearts out. Motto came to dance, Gary. They're the huge underdog, the Cinderella story they're trying to write in this game. Only down 4 with the ball. You know, I would consider taking the last shot of the half right here. You go down no more than 4.
Backus kicks it out to Garrison Gray. Over it goes to Blake Benson. Swing it around to Ephraim Otieno. Otieno backing it back out now with 50 seconds. Gets a pick from Benson. Otieno to the basket. Slicing, throws it up, draws the foul. I tell you what, he's pretty good at contorting his body as he goes to the basket, isn't he?
He sure is. He can elevate and find the gaps of a defense very well. He does it again right there.
Into the third, Wayne County leading 37-36 by 1 point. Wayne County, I believe that's West Jess, isn't it, Mr. Warfield? 46 seconds to go here. Otieno, free throw good. That's 7 for Otieno on my sheet. Chin has 6. Benson has 4. Tisdale has 6 for Clay, and Felix Wilson they both have 6.
Very unorthodox method of shooting a free throw.
Got them both.
For Otieno, he lines well up to the right of the nail.
He's got 8 points. 26-24. Who would have thunk it, huh?
Not many people. And certainly Henry Clay didn't.
Because and you're the academic dean at Tate's Creek.
Because Henry Clay didn't come to play. And Motto has absolutely taken advantage of Henry Clay's lack of intensity and have managed the clock well.
Well, it's like a shark, okay? When you smell blood, like sharks and blood, it's gonna naturally draw a lot of sharks, and obviously Motto's smelling some blood here in this one. It's down to 10 seconds. 26-24. That's Leander Ridgeway. In the middle, Barnes turns 10 and won't go. Rebounded by Houston, sticks it up, no. Follow up, Ridgeway, no. And they can't get it in there. And Model is very happy with this first half. Lexington, Henry Clay, 26. Richmond Model, 24, Coach. Here at halftime. What a great half by Richmond Model.
Great half. Hats off to Model. Handled the ball extremely well. Shot the ball. Shot a terrific field goal percentage and have packed in a zone. Henry Clay can't make a shot. They brought the intensity. They're only down 2.
So Henry Clay leads by 2 after Model led 20-15. It was an 11-4 run to end that second quarter, and Clay has a 2-point lead, 26-24 over Model. We'll come back with halftime here on PrepSpin.com.
The Kentucky Center for Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner, is now Clear Choice Orthodontics. Why the name change, you ask? Well, we believe that there's only one choice for all your orthodontics needs, and that choice is clear. Clear Choice Orthodontics. We offer a unique level of care for each smile in your family. We also feature the latest in Invisalign technology and Invisalign Teen. Put our award-winning experience to work for you. For a lifetime of beautiful smiles, come visit the most outstanding orthodontist in Kentucky, Clear Choice Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner.
I'm Todd Graves with special guest Les Miles. Fans seem to have a set of game day traditions they really love.
And one tradition I really love is the one love of Raising Cane's. The delicious taste of those fresh, never frozen chicken fingers, along with that amazing cane sauce, lemonade, and sweet tea.
Wow, I think that covers every game day tradition out there.
You didn't mention my sweet dance moves.
That's a whole other show. Raising Cane's, one love.
In 1956, Gene Lowe started a small sporting goods store in London to help local schools. Over 50 years later, Lowe's Sporting Goods has grown to meet the needs of our community. We offer screen printing, lettering, and monogramming, and a full line of custom trophies for your teams and events. Lowe's has fan apparel from the NFL, UK, and all of our local schools. So no matter what team, no matter what season, Lowe's can outfit your team from head to toe, on the field, on the hardwood, or in the boardroom. Swing on over to Lowe's Sporting Goods, 901 Main Street in London and 916 Master Street in Corbin.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
Sitters are here.
I'm ready. Okay, kids, behave.
Man to man.
I got the little guy.
Oh, did you leave cash for the pizza?
I got it.
With more features than ever.
All right, who's hungry?
Mobile banking from Central Bank lets you deposit checks, pay bills,
Okay, you're gonna get a rip screen.
send and receive funds with Pop Money, and more. So you can stay in the game without missing a step. Do more with mobile banking from Central Bank, official bank of UK Athletics.
All right, we're back at McBrayer Arena where the halftime score, Henry Clay Blue Devils 26, Model 24. Model giving Henry Clay everything they want there in that first half, Gary.
No doubt, and good effort by Model. They actually led by 5 points late in that half, but then an 11-4 run by the Blue Devils. Henry Clay looked a little flat to me, but they didn't shoot it very well, only 10 of 27, and whereas Model shot, much better at almost 50%. And Model, I thought, got a good boost. I keep saying it, but Blake Benson off the bench knocked down a couple of shots, seemed to get his ball club focused or something. And then Otieno had the nice steal at the end of the first period to lay in. That seemed to ignite his ball club. So Model's in this thing, but we saw in the first 2 ball games too. Central played with Station for a while, but they ended up winning by, I believe, 17. And then in the second game, Lafayette and Franklin County, Franklin County toyed around, played around, but Lafayette ended up winning the game. So this game almost seems to have the same kind of complexion those 2 games had. Good team, Model playing with the Henry Clay, but you got a feeling maybe Henry Clay is the better team. We'll find out here in the second half.
Right, probably the better team, but right now Model is executing their game plan to perfection. They have shortened the first half tremendously. They're handling the ball, only 6 turnovers there in the first half. They're shooting the ball at a high percentage, 45% overall, 40% from the three-point line, 100% from the free throw line. So they're making shots, they're getting stops, they're handling the ball. That's why they're only down 2.
I want to tell you about the Henry Clay. Can I tell you this real quick, Coach, and we'll get back to the stats. The Henry Clay, they passed this along to us, Henry Clay High School Athletic Wall of Fame. The purpose of that Henry Clay Wall of Fame committee is to create an athletic wall of fame commemorating and honoring former Henry Clay athletes who excelled at their respective sports and others who accomplished athletic honors beyond Henry Clay. For more information regarding the Henry Clay High School Athletic Wall of Fame, you can contact Becky Bouchon at 859-396-7480 to contribute to the project's into contribution to Henry Clay, care of Sharon Wesley Porter, and checks made out to Henry Clay High School Athletic Wall of Fame. That's a great thing they're trying to do over there at Henry Clay. They've won a bunch of titles over there at Henry Clay in all sports. They've won state titles in just about every sport. So they're trying to get that Henry Clay Athletic Wall of Fame. They ask us to give them a plug here on PrepSpin. Glad to do that. That's what PrepSpin and we're all about, promoting high schools. And right now, Henry Clay leading by 2 here at halftime over Model, 26-24.
Well, Gary, for Henry Clay, 8 players in the scoring column in that first half. Daniel Brown played a lot of players. Some of his strategy is he kept subbing, looking for someone to bring out the energy. They picked it up a couple of times when they were able to go to their diamond press, got a couple turnovers, but more times than not, Model was able to get back, pack in a 2-3 zone. Henry Clay not shooting the ball particularly well, but still they find themselves up by 2. They're led in scoring by Isaiah Tisdale with 6 points. He started the game with a 3-pointer. He leads all scores for Henry Clay. Kobe Barnes with 4 points. Jordan Houston with 2. Campbell with 3. Ridgway with 2. Mitchell with 2. And Tariq Smith came in and knocked down a free throw. 3-point shooting for Henry Clay there, 3 for 8, 3 for 6 from the free throw line. And they've actually turned the ball over 3 more times than has Model.
And, like I said, I thought once Model settled in, they had the 20-15 lead, and Darren Douglas is going to have a special halftime interview with us here. It's going to be Rob Goodman, and he's part of that Sayre contingent that's actually hosting this 11th Region Tournament this year. Eric Johnson, the AD, doing a terrific job. And, of course, Rob Goodman, the head basketball coach here. I thought he did a terrific job this year with Sayre's basketball program. And let's go now courtside to Darren Douglas. He's got to turn his mic on first, guys. And as soon as Darren, let's go down to Darren to see how's Rob Goodman.
Standing here with Rob Goodman, tournament director out of Lexington Sayre. And, Rob, it's been a great stress on you guys for the past 3 or 4 days, the weather in here. What was it like trying to get all the things organized to get this tournament ready to go today?
Well, it really hadn't been that bad. Everybody's cooperated with us very well. Eastern Kentucky, of course, is tremendous to work with. And all the teams have, of course, understood the situation we're dealing with and have cooperated well. So it's gone smooth. It's been great.
Well, in a venue like this, when you do have the college cooperation, they're used to stuff going haywire and doing it on the fly. And then having everybody get in here at 10 o'clock in the morning, how's it been for the schools as far as getting their students here and their fans here?
Well, it's hard to tell with the crowd here today, but we have a good support for everybody, and the teams hadn't had any problem, I don't think, getting in here today. So, obviously the last few days the roads have been rough, but today they seem to be pretty clear, and everybody seems to be doing well, and the games have been great. So,
2.5 games in the books right now. We've had 2 really good games. And this one here is shaping up a 2-point game at halftime. I think everybody in the stands that are in attendance as far as these 2 teams and who just came in maybe to hang around for the second game and then for the last game of the boys, pretty much surprised.
Well, this is definitely a surprise here. But Coach Scarberry does such a great job with his kids, and everybody kind of assumes Henry Clay will impose their will here in the second half and turn it on. But this is 11th Region basketball, and it's great. It certainly is, and. But we'll have to wait and see. But there's a lot of great games here today.
We had a lot of great support online as far as the games are concerned. What input have you heard from everything we've done here as far as not only online but all the tournament committee and everything?
Oh, everybody loves it. I mean, it's been great. Everybody's getting a chance they can't get here. They're allowed to see the games, and it's been super for them. And we hear from people all the time talking about getting a chance to watch a game online and see it, and it's been super. And so people are loving it and love 11th Region basketball for sure. So it's been fun.
Well, tonight we got the girls in semifinals. You're halfway through almost this one.
It's a long day, but we love it. Wouldn't rather be in place else.
Rob Goodman with us, and Gary, back to you and Coach Cheatham. I think we're in store for a pretty good second half.
I think Rob said it best. 11th Region basketball considered the elite region. Everybody talks about the 7th, but there's some argument that the 11th region may have been the toughest region in the state this year with 4 or 5 teams ranked in the top 25, Coach Cheatham. I know you're partial to the 11th region. I'm partial to the 11th, even though I played in the 9th region. I'm partial to the 11th region. I think it's the best region tournament going. I've covered the state tournament for many, many years on radio and so forth up in northern Kentucky and now down here in central Kentucky for the last 14, 15 years. And I tell you what, there's no better tournament than 11th region. To me, this is like a mini state tournament. I enjoy covering this at times really as much, if not more, than I do the Sweet 16.
Yeah, just an extremely high caliber of athletes on all the teams, well coached, very professional, just an extraordinary tournament put on here. And I'll tell you, the teams we've already seen have done an excellent job. Think about who we don't get to see. Think about the LCAs and the Dunbars, who are highly ranked teams who you just can't play them all.
Right.
So the 11th region is just so strong from top to bottom.
I mean, Matt Rose sat in with us on that first game, and it had to be hard on that young man. He's a Mr. Basketball finalist. He's 11th region player of the year, and his team and Matt Rose, as good as he is, has never, ever played in the 11th region tournament, ever.
Yeah, just an unbelievably just hard fact to imagine. And this year, that LCA team did a tremendous job, as did that Paul Lawrence Dunbar team that we saw neither make it out of the district. And you look out here on the court today, you see a ranked team in Henry Clay, a ranked team in Bryan Station, a ranked team in Lexington Catholic. 4 ranked teams still to go here in the 11th Region Boys Tournament.
Bryan Station, Lafayette have already punched their ticket to the Final Four Monday night. Henry Clay and Model trying to do the same here in Catholic and Woodford County. We'll step out, take another break, come back with the second half action. Richmond Model, Lexington Henry Clay, Blue Devils 26, Patriots 24 here at halftime. We'll return on PrepSpin after this timeout.
The Kentucky Center for Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner, is now Clear Choice Orthodontics. Why the name change, you ask? Well, we believe that there's only one choice for all your orthodontics needs, and that choice is clear. Clear Choice Orthodontics. We offer a unique level of care for each smile in your family. We also feature the latest in Invisalign technology and Invisalign Teen. Put our award-winning experience to work for you. For a lifetime of beautiful smiles, come visit the most outstanding orthodontist in Kentucky, Clear Choice Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's is a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
In 1956, Gene Lowe started a small sporting goods store in London to help local schools. Over 50 years later, Lowe's Sporting Goods has grown to meet the needs of our community. We offer screen printing, lettering, and monogramming, and a full line of custom trophies for your teams and events. Lowe's has fan apparel from the NFL, UK, and all of our local schools. So no matter what team, no matter what season, Lowe's can outfit your team from head to toe, on the field, on the hardwood, or in the boardroom. Swing on over to Lowe's Sporting Goods, 901 Main Street.
Back here at McBrayer Arena, campus of Eastern Kentucky University, side of the 11th region. 6 big games today. Already earlier, if you're just tuning in on PrepSpin, Bryan Station, Lafayette have punched their ticket to the Final Four Monday night. Henry Clay right now at halftime leading Model 26-24. Coming up after this, about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one, will be Lexington Catholic and Woodford County. Tonight, Franklin County girls take on Southern girls at 6:30. Following that, the game everybody's talking about, 2 of the top teams in the state. Lexington Henry Clay girls against Lexington Lafayette girls, a team that made a pretty good run in the state tournament last year. And then, of course, tomorrow at 3 o'clock, it's the girls' championship right here on PrepSpin. The boys' semifinals Monday night, boys' regional championship Tuesday night at 7:30.
Well, with the snow, the tournament got behind, but we're going to play catch-up fast. And I'll tell you right now, Henry Clay's thinking about not necessarily playing catch-up, but just picking up the pace of their play here in the second half.
And for the Blue Devils, it'll be the same lineup that started. It'll be Isaiah Tisdale, Colby Barnes, Jordan Houston, Felix Wilson, and Dakari Campbell. And we'll see who Model brings out there in the to start the second half. And it'll be the same 5. It'll be Ephraim Otieno, Logan Jackson, Alex Chin, Garrison Gray, and Jacob Backus. You know, I was impressed with Backus in that first half. He's 6'2". He did hit the 3. Jackson hit that first 3 to start. Let's see what Henry Clay does here. With the basketball, that's Felix Wilson for the Blue Devils. Looking at that zone, it's been effective, hasn't it, Coach?
It's been very effective.
Tisdale to the basket, hanging and scoring. Tisdale said, okay, let me take matters into my own hands here in this second half. Tisdale to the basket, laid it in. Clay by 4, 28-24.
Well, that was a well-designed play, screening the zone on ball reversal, enables Henry Clay to get all the way to the rim.
Jackson to Chin. Out top, he comes over now to Gray. Gray bounce passes out of that to Logan Jackson, penetrates into the paint, dumps it over to Otieno. Otieno backs it back out of there. Otieno to the basket, scoop and score. That's 10 now for Otieno.
Looks like there's nothing there. Otieno just stays with it and gets to the rim.
Three-pointer knocked down by Campbell.
Henry Clay now 2 for 2 to open up this second half.
Otieno stops from about 12, in and out. Battle for Jordan Houston, kicks it out to Wilson. Felix streaking down the left side. Wilson all the way to the basket, lost control of it. Right, it goes into the hands of Models. Garrison Gray says, thank you very much. Gray lost a handle on it. Barnes, and it goes off of Gray. Good hustle there by Colby Barnes.
Good hustle by Colby, and I'll tell you what, after that first basket made by Henry Clay, Colby Barnes, big smile on his face. clapping, trying to get his Henry Clay Blue Devils pumped up.
Coach, big upset in the 12th region, William Moorfield just told me. West Jessamine knocks off Wayne County, who had made it to the state tournament the last couple of years out of that region. So the defending region champion, Wayne County, knocked out by the Colts of West Jess. Tisdale from 18, bullseye. That is silky smooth, isn't it?
That is silky smooth. Henry Clay now 3 for 4 in this half, so they have come out much more focused.
You heard Rob Goodman telling Darren Douglas at halftime that everybody thinking that Henry Clay imposed their will in the second half. Well, that's exactly what Tisdale's done here to start this second half. Here's a shot off glass. Won't go there for Jackson. And here comes Henry Clay's Campbell wanting to push it. Goes to Tisdale to the basket, and a rejection by Chin, foul on Chin.
Henry Clay wanting the fast break, and Tisdale attacking Chin. Chin picks up his 3rd foul, Gary.
And that is a big, big foul there because Chin, of course, is one of the big scorers for Model, picked up his 3rd.
Yeah, right now Chin with 6 points, 5 big rebounds, an assist. Really the only inside presence that this Model team has.
Tisdale with 11 points now to go with his 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Otieno leads Model with 10 points. Tisdale, what a great start to the second half. He's got 6 points, Coach. He's got 6 points in the first minute 40. He had 6 points in the entire first half.
Yeah, when Henry Clay came out of the locker room, you could tell by the look on their faces that they might have gotten an earful.
The three-pointer won't go there for Backus. Cleared out of there. That's Wilson down the lane, lost handle on the ball, and the official right there is going to give it back to the Patriots of Model.
Well, that's 2 trips in a row that Felix Wilson has penetrated, and the ball is like it's just slipping right off his hands, like he has Vaseline on his hands or something. He looks down at his hands that time and says to himself, what in the world's going on?
35-26. It's a 2-point ball game at halftime, and it's been all Isaiah Tisdale. He has scored 6, and Campbell knocked down the big 3 out of the corner. They've got 9 points already here. They lead by 9. Down low, Chin turns, throws it up, rolls out. Had it gone, it would have counted. Foul's going to be called on Jordan Houston.
Chin does a good job posting up, gets Houston on his backside, takes Houston around, and that's be Jordan Houston's 2nd foul, and Chin to the free throw line where the Patriots are 2 for 2 so far in this game.
Chin's free throws in and out. Alex Chin had 6 points in the first half. He averages 15 points at 11.5 boards, one of the top rebounders in the 11th region. Missed the first one, second one, nothing but net. How about Eastern? Up 10 last night, fell to 1 point to Belmont. And how about Taylor Barnett out of LCA coming up big with that 3-pointer for Belmont last night? 35-27 here, 5:37 to go in the 3rd period. And 5:37, Coach, here on PrepSpin. Thanks. Coming up a little bit later be our final boys game. It'll be Lexington Catholic and Woodford County.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Lexington Catholic, of course, the 43rd District champs in that classic triple overtime thriller versus Lafayette in the finals. Be the first time they've been on the court since then, and I mean, you think that's a pretty long layoff.
Lafayette Station won earlier today. Station was pretty impressive against Madison Central, and then Lafayette knocked off Franklin County. I'd say Tony Wise's team was one of the most improved teams in the region the latter 2 or 3 weeks of the season.
Certainly, if you looked at about the halfway mark of the season, you don't foresee Franklin County being in the regional tournament. They not only made it to the tournament, but they gave Lafayette all they wanted.
Wilson. Felix gives it over to Tisdale. Kicks it in the corner. Here's Campbell's 3. Rolls off the rim. Battled for it. And Chin there with Henry Clay's Jordan Houston. They're going to say Houston touched it last. They're going to give it to Model.
Good battle there going on between Chin and Houston.
5:16 in the 3rd, and Henry Clay up by 8. That's Otieno. He goes over in the corner to Backus. Swing it out to Jackson. Lob down to Chin. Posts it up on Houston. Chin turns. Back of the rim, no. Long rebound, and Chin's going to track it down. Chin kicks it in the corner. Otieno loses a handle. Campbell on him. Crossing over. Otieno down the lane, and traveling called on Otieno. Tisdale with a dozen. Otieno has 10 for Model. Under 5 minutes. Tisdale thought about the three. Wilson, Campbell moves in, now brings it back out on the dribble. Now they go to Tisdale. Back they swing it over. In the right side, Wilson's got it. Wilson loses the handle on it, picks it up, dumps it back out to his teammate Tisdale, over to Dakari Campbell. In the middle to Barnes. Colby kicks it over Wilson, lets the three fly. Off the iron, no. Battle for it, tapped up Houston, and Houston grabs a rebound. Turns around off glass and banks it home. So Jordan Houston with the offensive board work, banked it home and drew the foul. And
well, Gary, we have a correction to that earlier score. With 0.6 of a second to go, Wayne County knocks down a shot to beat West Jessamine.
So Wayne County did.
Right.
Okay, Wayne County won. Yeah, Peyton Woods hit a three-pointer as time expired. So Wayne County, so correction on that.
Jordan Houston
Got
good
some
on the
bad
free
information,
throw.
didn't we? We'll get 38-27. Clay, that's okay. Hey. That's Otieno, and he's going to travel with it. He's a little bit out of control right now, Coach. That's the last couple of possessions down where Otieno trying to make too much happen.
That's right. 2 trips in a row. Otieno trying to make the Henry Clay Blue Devils disappear with his ball handling skills. Not happening. Just needs to move the ball around.
38-27 here. Houston's got it for the Blue Devils. Jordan Strong knocked away there. Good defense on a nice steal there by Jackson, but back the other way. Houston gives to Colby Barnes. Barnes driving down off glass, put it in. Barnes will do that on the football field for Eastern Illinois. I'm talking about with that strong move. Colby, a wide receiver on the football team at Henry Clay. He's going to Eastern Illinois to play football next year.
Good drive there by Barnes. Gives him 6 points and 4 rebounds in this game.
And Clay, their biggest lead, Coach.
Right, 13-point lead. Really are having their way here in this third quarter.
Chin for Model on Houston and throws it off glass. Good, but before the shot went in, he was fouled with 3:28 here in the third. Coming up, it'll be Lexington Catholic, Woodford County. That'll conclude our boys' games today. Big quadruple header. And then tonight at 6:30, it'll be Southern girls and Franklin County girls. And following that, it'll be Lexington Henry Clay and Lexington Lafayette.
Well, 4.5 minutes into the third quarter, Gary, Models turned it over 6 times. That really is the key. Henry Clay's defense has stepped up the intensity. Models starting to turn the ball over. That's why we have a 13-point lead for Henry Clay.
Smith is going to be whistled for that foul. Tariq Smith, the senior. Second foul on Smith, by the way. Team's third. Models only committed 2 fouls here in the third period. 3:25 and 40-27. Clay, they only led by 2 at halftime, but Tisdale came out, ball on the floor. Chin dribbled it out of bounds. Tisdale came out and just kind of was on fire there early on, and then Campbell hit the big 3 out of the corner, and the onslaught was on, and that's what Robbie Goodman said. He said Henry Clay just imposing their will. Of course, he coaches at Sayre, so they go up against Henry Clay in their district a couple times every year.
Yeah, with a 13-point lead in the ball and Model packed in on 2-3, you wonder how much clock will Coach Daniel Brown decide to use on each possession and try to draw Model out of that 2-3.
Felix Wilson to Isaiah Tisdale to Barnes. Ball knocked away right in front of us here, picked up by Wilson. Felix comes over now to Leander Ridgeway. Back to Tisdale to the basket, hanging, lays it in. Tisdale. 14 now for Isaiah Tisdale. The lead is 15. 42-27. Otieno throws it up. No, little errant. Rebounded by Barnes. Colby hands it now to Wilson. Wilson with 2:35. Kicks to Tisdale, fakes the 3, moves in a little bit closer to the basket, slicing, dicing, missed it, tapped up. Smith's got it. Smith will block by the official here. Now they give it to Wilson, and he throws it up off glass, and they're going to call steps, traveling.
Well, Henry Clay just really having their way in this quarter, Gary. Forcing Model into some turnovers, getting whatever they want on the offensive end right there. Probably could have been a foul called. Ball goes back to Model, but you really like the way things are going for Henry Clay right now.
16-3 this quarter, Henry Clay. Short arm barrel by Chin, pulled out of there by Leander Ridgeway. Ridgeway down the lane, southpaw to the basket, banked it home.
Yeah, just attacking the gaps at will of this zone, getting all the way to the rim every trip.
Clay is imposing their will right now, no doubt about it. They lead by 17. Otieno has a strip by Ridgeway. He's got a bust out. Ridgeway drives, hangs, and foul's going to be called on Jackson.
Well, Coach Daniel Brown applauding his team's efforts, certainly brought it this quarter.
He's going to get the big fella up off the bench. That's big Walt Finch, 6'5", junior. He's set to check in. Finch coming in for the Blue Devils. At the line, Leander Ridgeway. I like this kid. I think Ridgeway's got game. He is a junior. He'll be back next year. Tisdale will be back next year, by the way. Short on that one. Jordan Houston will be back next year. They do lose Barnes and Wilson. They got a pretty good nucleus coming back.
They sure do. It'll be a Henry Clay team that'll be a force to be reckoned with again next year.
Finch, a big 6'5.5" junior. He's just checked in. Also back into the game is Justin Mitchell, who played well in the first half. Ridgeway knocked it down at the line with 1:45. He makes it 45-27 Blue Devils. Otieno over to Jackson. High pass over to Otieno. Tight ropes the sideline. Otieno to the basket hanging. Blocked by Barnes. Picked up Otieno. And they're going to say out of bounds off of Model. They're going to give it to Henry Clay. 1:28 here in the third. And the Blue Devils have dominated this third quarter.
They certainly have, Gary. Model only 3 points so far in this third quarter, and we only have 1:20 left to play.
Henry Clay scored 19 in this quarter. 19 to three-quarter. 16. They lead at 45-27 after leading 26-24 at halftime. Mitchell, Colby Barnes. Looks like Henry Clay's going to be patient, run, maybe we say that, and then Mitchell goes to the basket, throws it up, no rebounded by Chin. How many boards now for Mr. Chin? Is that 8?
Yeah, that is his 8th rebound, 7 points. So Chin doing what he does on the glass.
Averages 11.5 boards a game. Jackson back to Chin. Chin. Little fadeaway, won't go too strong, rebounded by Barnes. Colby Barnes with his 6th rebound.
What Henry Clay has done so well this quarter is anytime Chin puts the ball on the floor, he gets double-teamed.
Ridgeway's 3 won't go. Finch battling down low. Tisdale gets it, and we have a whistle foul called as Tisdale's about ready to lay it in. Stay tuned after the game. We'll interview the star of the game and talk to the winning coach as well. We had 37 seconds, Coach Cheatham, here in the third, and Henry Clay has done exactly what Robbie Goodman kind of predicted, that they would impose their will in the second half, and that's what they've done here with a 19 to three-quarter so far with 37 seconds left.
Well, it certainly helps when you start off the quarter with Isaiah Tisdale knocking down some jumpers, puts life into your legs defensively, and from there it's been all Henry Clay.
And the thing you like about Isaiah Tisdale, he's always got a smile on his face. He enjoys playing the game of basketball.
Right, he really looks like he's having a blast out there. And so does Colby Barnes.
Yeah, Colby Barnes. He's talking to Tisdale right now with 22 seconds, and it's 45-27. I tell you what, Coach, if Woodford County doesn't take care of business a little bit later today, it could be an all-Lexington Final Four.
Well, that was kind of the prediction coming in, and so far it's looking like 3 will advance.
Down to 6 seconds. Kicked it over now. Mitchell, strong move. Missed it. Gets it back and rolls it in.
Yeah, no boxing out there by Model. Henry Clay, multiple opportunities, pushes this to a 20-point lead.
A 21 to three-quarter by Clay. In that third, they lead by 20, 47-27. We'll come back with the final quarter here on PrepSpin with Henry Clay up 20 on Model, 47-27.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
1,876 small businesses in Kentucky were financed by Whitaker Bank last year.
Whitaker Bank helped 2,415 Kentucky families make a house a home last year by financing their mortgage.
Over $3 million loaned to Kentucky families and small businesses to help them achieve their dream.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
I'm Todd Graves with special guest Les Miles. Fans seem to have a set of game day traditions they really love.
And one tradition I really love is the one love of Raising Cane's. The delicious taste of those fresh, never frozen chicken fingers, along with that amazing cane sauce, lemonade, and sweet tea.
Wow, I think that covers every game day tradition out there.
You didn't mention my sweet dance moves.
That's a whole other show.
Raising
Cane's.
And thanks to all of our sponsors here on PrepSpin. You saw them all at the beginning on the great opening video that William Warfield put together, but appreciate all our sponsors here on PrepSpin, and patronize all those folks. Let them know you enjoyed this 11th region coverage.
Yeah, we have a lot of wonderful sponsors and a lot of great viewers tuning in to this exciting basketball action.
This was a great game in the first half, but Henry Clay kind of just took over with a big third quarter where they outscored Model 21-3. They lead now as we're in the fourth quarter. 7:37 to play, 47-27. Isaiah Tisdale leads with 14 points. Otieno leads away with Model with 10. And we haven't seen Mr. Benson here in the second half unless they just now got him back in the ball game. How about that? As I say that, Blake Benson back in the game. He had 2 big buckets for Model in that first half.
He sure did. He came off the bench, couple rebounds, couple buckets, got a spark going for Model. Henry Clay in that third quarter shot the ball so well, their overall percentage for the game is 50%.
Wilson has a shot block. Houston won't go. Rebounded by Chin. So Chin now with another board. He's got 9 rebounds.
7 points, 9 rebounds. So Chin having a good game.
As we said, Blake Benson back in there for the Patriots. He joins Jackson, Backus, Chin, and Otieno. Jackson looking, gives it over to Chin. 6:50 to play. Henry Clay is trying to punch their ticket like Bryan Station Lafayette did earlier. Here's a grab by Tisdale.
Yeah, Tisdale trying to play the passing lane. Too much hands action there on Otieno, and he'll pick up his second foul. But like you said, he's just having fun out there.
He's a great kid. I had him on my TV show, shameless plug there for the Ball Report, but great kid. Today, Lafayette was our team of the week. The show was on at noon. I told everybody to DVR with all this 11th region action going on. Lafayette, Coach Mendenhall, the region coach of the year, they were our team of the week this week. You can always check out any of our shows. Just go to WKYT.com, and the last 3 or 4 Ball Reports are right there.
You know it's a busy day when you're telling people to DVR your own TV show.
Yes, sir. Out top with Otieno, and it's going to be a double dribble called on Otieno.
Yeah, Tisdale really locked down defensively on Otieno. Looks like he's having as much fun playing defense as he is playing offense.
6:16, and Henry Clay trying to join 2 other Lexington teams, Bryan Station Lafayette in the Final Four. And, Coach, quite frankly, they're looking pretty good right now, up 20 with 6:10 to play.
Right, we've played 2 minutes now in this fourth quarter. No team has scored, but, frankly, Henry Clay doesn't have to score again. They just need to handle the ball, continue to play defense, and they'll move on to the second round.
6-minute mark, Kobe Barnes looking at that model zone. Tisdale has it up, slices down the lane, and he's going to be fouled on a grab there by Logan Jackson.
Yeah, early on the model zone was moving much quicker. Those gaps in the zone much harder to find. Now the gaps are everywhere. On ball reversal, Henry Clay has their pick.
4th foul on Jackson, by the way. Barnes dumps it down low. Houston hooks and scores. Good pass by Barnes.
Houston now 7 points, 5 rebounds. So once again, we talked about him in the pregame. He has just really come on, playing well for Henry Clay.
49-27. That's the biggest lead the Blue Devils have had, 22 points. Benson's got it top of the circle. Benson looking. Holding the ball now, backs it back out of there, gives it over to Chin. Chin spinning down low, and he looked like he might have traveled. Yep. A lot of turnovers here in this half by Model. They didn't turn it over that much in the first half.
Right. They only had 6 turnovers in the first half. They have 11 in the second half alone, so they're up to 17 turnovers, and that was the key. You have to cherish every possession, handle the ball. Did that well in the first half, not so much in the second.
Ridgeway bounces down low, back to Leander, and a whistle, and it's going to be a lane violation, 3 seconds against Henry Clay. We're going to get back in the game for Model. Coming back in will be Garrison Gray, and checking out will be Logan Jackson. 5:13 to go. It's all Henry Clay, 49-27. It'll be Lexington Catholic and Woodford about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one, Coach, and then the 2 girls' games tonight.
Well, you just watch now Tisdale.
Chin shot wouldn't go. Tisdale has 14 points.
Right, and that gives him 4 rebounds. That was about the easiest rebound he'll ever get.
Colby Barnes back to Houston, back to Tisdale. Quick pass to Felix Wilson. Back to Tisdale, lining it up, and back of the rim, no. And Colby Barnes flies through, shows his athleticism.
Colby Barnes, a great athlete, 6 points, 7 rebounds in this game. And, you know, coming out in that third quarter, he was the one clapping, cheering his teammates on, getting them going.
He's a senior. Tisdale hangs, missed the layup, but he draws the foul, will shoot 2. And the foul went against a Model, and that will be their 6th team foul. And it went on Chin, by the way. That's 4 on Chin. So he joins Jackson with 4 personals, and at the line will be Tisdale.
Actually, I have that Jackson has already fouled out.
So he
Chin
just picked up his 5th.
Right, so he's out, and Chin with 4.
Tisdale, boy, rattled that one in. That hit a lot of iron, but doesn't matter. Went through.
Doesn't matter. He's now 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
And for Henry Clay, Jordan Jones, a junior, has just checked in. First time we've seen him in the ball game. And also just coming back, it's Dakari Campbell back in there, right?
That's right.
Campbell back in there. Tisdale got them both. He's now got 16.
Well,
the average is nearly 20.
You talk about clamping down on defense.
Oh,
absolutely. Even if your offense stinks, you don't let the opponent score, you're going to win. And
3
we
points.
have played almost 12 minutes.
To the basket, as we say that, Otieno lays it in for his 12th point. So that is their 6th point of the second half.
That is their
5th point.
5th point.
They can make it 6 at the line.
That's right. Just basket's been hard to find. A lot of credit to the Henry Clay defense, has stepped up tremendously. Anytime Otieno has passed the ball, Isaiah Tisdale has denied the pass to come back to him and just done a great job of denying, meaning someone else is going to have to step up and handle the ball, and just don't have a plethora of ball handlers
Otieno
on this model team.
Completely turns his right side to the basket, but he makes his free throw, so it doesn't matter how you shoot him. As people watching on PrepSpin can see that. 51-30, and Otieno now has 13 points.
All right, he's 3 for 3 from the free throw line. He's actually standing perpendicular to the rim.
Yeah. 4:06 to play. Stay tuned after the game. Post-game show. Star of the game interview, and then we'll go right into Lexington Catholic and Woodford County. Darren Douglas, shot out of the corner. We'll give you that action along with Tony Wise, the Franklin County coach. They'll give you all the call from the Woodford game as they take on Lexington Catholic, and tonight the girls' games. To the basket, a little dipsy doodle. I thought that was European hop, skip, and a jump, but they didn't call it. European stutter step there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mr. Jackson.
Jackson trying to make something happen.
Doing his Michael Jackson impression.
He hit that big shot to start the game off for Model, hit the big 3, and he's been very quiet ever since.
I thought that was a travel. That's why I don't officiate. Short on that free throw. And joined us tonight, we have the girls' games. I believe you're going to do the first game,
right,
which is Southern, and as they take on Franklin County, and I'm going to call the Henry Clay Lafayette girls' game with Julie Muntz, McGrain Muntz. Of course, her husband Drew is the principal at Madison Central.
Going to be a great evening of ladies basketball here with Madison Southern taking on Franklin County. Franklin County 14th in the state. And then, of course, you've got the 2 tied for 10th going at it, Lafayette and Henry Clay.
You know, Lexington boys basketball flexing their little biceps right now as Bryan Station, Lafayette, Henry Clay are going to be 3 teams in the Final Four Monday night. Lexington Catholic playing Woodford could be an all-Lexington Final Four.
Could be an all-Lexington Final Four in a region where, and this fact blew me away, it's been a decade since a Lexington public school won the 11th region.
And Lexington Catholic's probably going to have a lot to say about that this year. And reverse up and in, nicely done by Jones. First basket by Jordan Jones.
Nice baseline drive by Jones to extend this lead.
53-31, 3:17 to play. Long day of basketball, 6 games. We're halfway through after this one. Coming up, it'll be Woodford County, Lexington Catholic about 25-30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. And then tonight at 6:30, Franklin County, Madison Southern girls, followed by Henry Clay, Lafayette girls, right here on PrepSpin. 6 basketball games. I tell you, that's got to be a record.
It's got to be a record. If you like basketball, as long as you don't leave the arena, you pay once, you're going to watch 6 basketball games.
And the shot put in by Jones on the miss by Finch. Jones there to clean up.
Jones coming in off the bench. Big fan favorite. Teammates love him. He's 2 for 2 now. 4 points in this game.
Jordan Jones, 6'5" junior.
Henry Clay, like Bryan Station, there's just so much size, so much speed, so much athleticism, just tough to defend, and they can both go deep in their bench.
Free throw knocked down by Jones. He has 5, and it's 56-31 after it was 26-24 at halftime.
Yeah, been all Henry Clay here in the second half.
With it out top is Cornett, Emery Cornett. He just came in for Model, gives to Otieno, crossing over. Otieno kicks it to Backus. Brings down to 2:40 to play. 56-31. Otieno launches a long three, in and out. And, whoa, a nice rebound there. Jones hits the floor, and he was knocked to the floor, and there's going to be a foul called. And looked like knocking him to the floor there was Emery Cornett.
No, it's not a walk. It's not a travel at all. As he was falling, he was aware of that, and he put the dribble down and started dribbling. So Jones, just a really great rebound, heads up play to recognize he's fallen down and starts to dribble.
Otieno, inbound pass knocked away. And also in the game now for Henry Clay is Jaquez Simpson, the junior. First time we've seen Simpson.
But, you know, hats off to this model team. You come into this game, certainly a heavy, heavy underdog, and they played a great, great first half.
Alex Clausen, by the way, first time we've seen the junior, number 10 there for Central. He's in the game. Here's a jumper by Simpson off the mark. Finch there with a cleanup and the score. And Finch will get a great hand from the Henry Clay fans, some of them in camouflage over there behind the basket. 2:06. And here's going to be a traveling call as Cornett tried to take the A train.
Yep, another turnover for Model. That's their 21st turnover of the ball game. If you're going to pull an upset, can't turn the ball over, eliminate second chance points, then you got to make shots. They did all of those things in the first half. None of it going right for them in the second half, but a lot of that's because Henry Clay stepped up their defensive intensity.
Johnson is checked in. Also, Crizell Mitchell's in there. And Dakari Campbell's got the basketball. Left side to the basket, hanging, throwing it up, won't go there for Simpson. So a lot of new players in there for Henry Clay. And going to the line will be Jaquez Simpson. That foul went on Model, and that's going to go on Otieno. That's his third. As you mentioned, Jackson fouled out. Minute 49. It's all academic at this point. It's all Henry Clay. They lead big here with a minute 49. They're going to move on to the Final Four Monday night, take on the winner of the next game between Lexington Catholic and Woodford County. Lafayette and Bryan Station won earlier. I was impressed with Bryan Station.
Very impressed. They came out sharp as attack, executed well, played great team basketball, shot the ball really well. They play like that. I'm telling you, they will move on to Rupp.
Simpson got them both, and spinning is Clausen. 10-footer won't go, rebounded by Finch. Finch, he clears it out now to Johnson. Johnson, strong move. He's hammered hard there. Two Model players took him on, and both of them fouled him.
Well, if it goes on Chin, that'll be his fifth. They're going to call it on, looks like Cornett, so that'll be Cornett's first. So Chin will remain in the game.
Emery Cornett did pick up that personal.
Well, look at this stat, Gary. The score is 60-31. So you have a 29-point lead. Now you have a 30-point lead. Points off turnovers for Henry Clay, 32. Points off turnovers alone, 32 points.
Johnson got the first free throw, looking for the second one, and it's in and out. Tapped around and coming out of there with it, Cornett for Model. Minute 30 to play. Otieno spinning, missed it, rebounded by Finch. Finch trying to clear it out on the floor and still loose on the floor. It's a hot potato. It's a scrum. Jump ball called. Good hustle there by Alex Clausen diving on the floor. You know, that's what basketball is all about. You're down by 30 points and you still got a kid diving for the ball here with a minute 23 to play.
That's right. A lot of class shown by this Model Patriots basketball team. Came in with an excellent game plan, executed it well in the first half. Second half, Henry Clay, just too many weapons, but hats off to Model. Played a great game.
Three teams have punched their ticket. Lafayette Bryan Station will play Monday night at 6:30 in the boys semifinals. And then after that, Lexington Henry Clay will take on either the winner, either Woodford County or Catholic. They play next. Henry Clay up by 30 here, 61-31 with a minute 23 to go. After it was 26-24, they only led by 2 at halftime. Henry Clay, a team coached by Daniel Brown. Boy, what ifs and ifs if Jeremiah Tisdale doesn't tear his ACL. My goodness, how scary would they be?
Yep.
He's one of the best players in the state. Pass and down low. There's put up and in by Chin. Nice job by Chin.
Nice backdoor cut by Chin. Great handles to get control of that pass and gets to the line where he's 1 for 2 tonight, 9 points, 9 rebounds. So Be close to a double-double.
Chin up there to the line. 4 for 12. He's struggled from the field, Coach, but like you said, still has a 1 rebound, 1 point away from a double-double.
Yep, great game. Otieno, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. But Henry Clay, 8 players in the scoring column.
So Chin gets the 10 points, so he needs a rebound now to have a double-double. And going out will be Chin. And remember now, he and Otieno are both back next year for Model.
That's right. Those two as seniors, excellent ball handler, strong post player.
They'll remember this game too, won't they?
They'll absolutely learn from it. And you can look at the tape and see how they executed and played their game plan for 16 minutes. And you just try to build upon that.
Brendan Ford with a nice sweet move for Mr. Ford, but he couldn't finish there for the little fella.
However, what they have to do, though, Gary, is they have to schedule some of these teams in the regular season. This is the first time Models face a Henry Clay team.
That's a good point.
They play very few teams in Lexington. They play a lot of teams outside of the 11th region. I expect that they will get back here next year.
I think,
and if they want to grow from this, they need to schedule some of the tougher 11th region teams next season.
Coach Cheatham, didn't Woodford and Catholic meet in the regular season? I thought they did. We'll check on that, but I thought Woodford and Catholic did play. We'll get that straight from the horse's mouth here in a minute. 25 seconds. Woodford and Catholic play early in the regular season? Okay. 18 seconds. And Devils have the ball. And, of course, we mentioned Ford, Brendan Ford. And there's Big Walt Finch. Also in the game is Crizell Mitchell. Also in the game is Jaquez Simpson. And the other guy is DeMonta Johnson. 2 seconds, and Henry Clay's going to win it big going away. Blue Devils 61-34. And, Coach, who do we like as our star of the game?
Well, Gary, Tisdale had a great offensive game. At the same time, he locked down defensively in the second half on Otieno. Isaiah Tisdale, definitely player of the game.
Yeah, Isaiah Tisdale with a nice ball game, as you might well expect, 16 points. And did a great job. He's going to be our star of the game, and we'll try to chat with him very quickly. Boy, a big win here for Clay. They win it going away. A big second half, 61-34. Does that score surprise you at all, Coach Cheatham?
It doesn't surprise me. What does surprise me is the level that Model was able to play at through the entire first half. It shows that they are capable of playing and competing with the best of the best, because this is a Henry Clay team. You have to think about it. They took Ballard to overtime. This is a Henry Clay team that's the best of the best. Model can play.
Do we want to go right down to – sorry, Coach, I didn't mean to cut you off, but do we want to go right down to Darren Farr? Let's go right down to Darren Douglas. He's going to get Isaiah Tisdale and Daniel Brown here on our post game. And I'm blocked now. I can't see Darren, but let's go to him. Darren? Yeah, he's waiting on Tisdale, I think. So Darren's right there. He's going to talk to Coach Brown. He's got Daniel Brown. So let's go right down now to Darren Douglas, and let's go to Darren to see has Coach Brown.
Here, Coach Daniel Brown of Henry Clay. And, Coach, first half, Model may have come out and shocked some people.
Well, just tournament time. You don't underestimate anybody. I thought we played hard. I thought Model played real well. And Coach Stansberg does a good job over there. And I think, second half we kind of went into halftime, got focused a little more. We gambled a little bit on defense. Part of that was my fault. And just trying to speed them up a little bit, and they made us pay. So I thought in the second half we did a good job of just settling in on defense and try to rebound and don't settle for jump shots. I kept telling them, you make some threes, but you can't live, but it's also die by three. So we did a good job, and we're happy to move on.
Depth and your athletic ability of your team really took over the second half, and you were able to get some distance.
Well, definitely. I think, Tisdale got going. We got inside, and we just, again, I think the defensive energy, athletic on that end. We rebounded the basketball. We gave them the one shot. And then we were, again, on the offensive end, able to turn them into points. So that's tournament basketball. I knew it would be close. I didn't expect that, nothing out of the ordinary. Every game's close tournament time. I mean, ask Newport Central Catholic. They just got beat last night. They're number 2 team in the state. Anybody can get beat on any given night. We're just happy to move on to the Final Four of the 11th region for the third straight year, and I think it's a credit to these guys and our program, and let's hope we can kick that door in one time.
Coach, we'll see you on Monday.
All right, thanks a lot.
Coach Daniel Brown, and now with Isaiah Tisdale. If you'll step over here to my left. I'm a right-handed guy. You can be over here on my left. But you guys defensively the second half came out, looked like it was a lot more energy. You did play hard the first half, but it looked like you took it up another notch in the second half.
Yeah, we did. We had to, because I guess maybe the first half, maybe our legs was rusty since the snow. We couldn't practice. But, yeah, we definitely had to put up the pressure on defense and get the ball out, get more layups instead of settling for jump shots.
What was your message from your coach at halftime? Some of the things you could share with us.
Defense, get the ball to the middle and hit layups, no jump shots.
Coming in, Model was probably the team that you guys would want to draw out of the four runner-ups. Did that play anything into your first half performance against this ball club? They actually really took the fight to you in the first half.
Yeah, maybe a little bit because, we probably downgraded them. We probably didn't expect that. So, I guess since we got the feel of them in the first half, then we got the feel of them, and then we started actually playing our game.
Well, good luck on Monday.
Thank you.
Isaiah Tisdale and Daniel Brown, Gary and Justin. It should be a really good one here coming up at Catholic and Woodford.
We'll step out, come back on PrepSpin for the postgame show, thanks to Daniel Brown and also Isaiah Tisdale, our star of the game. We'll come back and have more postgame show here. Coming up, Woodford County, Lexington Catholic. Henry Clay wins it going away, 61-34 over Model. We'll be back on PrepSpin.
In 1956, Gene Lowe started a small sporting goods store in London to help local schools. Over 50 years later, Lowe's Sporting Goods has grown to meet the needs of our community. We offer screen printing, lettering, and monogramming, and a full line of custom trophies for your teams and events. Lowe's has fan apparel from the NFL, UK, and all of our local schools. So no matter what team, no matter what season, Lowe's can outfit your team from head to toe, on the field, on the hardwood, or in the boardroom. Swing on over to Lowe's Sporting Goods, 901 Main Street in London and 916 Master Street in Corbin.
Kentucky Children's Hospital is here to care for Kentucky's kids. From primary care to serious illness, we are specially trained to address their unique needs. Kentucky Children's Hospital is one of only 2 hospitals in the state with specially trained pediatric surgeons, a level 4 NICU for the tiniest babies, a pediatric ICU, and a 24-hour pediatric emergency room to care for the most critically ill or injured children. We are here to provide whatever care your child needs.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
I'm Todd Graves with special guest Les Miles. Fans seem to have a set of game day traditions they really love.
And one tradition I really love is the one love of Raising Cane's. The delicious taste of those fresh, never frozen chicken fingers, along with that amazing cane sauce, lemonade, and sweet tea.
Wow, I think that covers every game day tradition out there.
You didn't mention my sweet dance moves.
That's a whole other show.
Raising
Cane's, one love.
Back here, and Coach Cheatham's got the final numbers from this game. Tisdale, our star of the game, and, boy, I really thought he came out focused in that second half, Coach Cheatham, and really took it to Model. And was the difference because he just said, hey, you know what? We're Henry Clay. We're a good basketball. We did not play like Henry Clay basketball in the first half. They come out, took it to Model in the second half. He had 6 points in a big hurry there in the third, and I thought he really kind of set the tone. And Campbell's 3 I thought was big too, but it was definitely Isaiah Tisdale who set the tone.
That's right, Gary. Tisdale with 16 points, 3 rebounds for Henry Clay. Jordan Houston, 7 points. Kobe Barnes, big again, 7 rebounds, 6 points. Just a leader on the court. Campbell, 6 points. Felix Wilson, 6 points. Ridgway, 3. Mitchell 4, Smith 3, Finch 2, Simpson 2, Jones 5, and Johnson 1. So look at how many names are in the scoring column for Henry Clay. They had, and in the first half, it wasn't just late in the fourth. In the first half, the Henry Clay Blue Devils already had 8 players in the scoring column. For Model, Of course, it was Chin, 10 points, almost reached his double-double, had 9 boards and 10 points. It was Otianu, 13 points, Backus 3, Benson 4, and Jackson 4. But the key stat for Model, 22 turnovers in the game, led to 32 points off turnovers for the Henry Clay Blue Devils. Henry Clay with 11 assists, Model with 6 assists, Model with 3 blocks, Henry Clay with 1 block, 8 steals. So you're exactly right. They came out in the second half, turned up the defensive intensity, did what Coach Daniel Brown said, and attacked the rim, shoot layups, shoot free throws, step it up on defense, and that's something that Tisdale did as well. Just his denial defense was tremendous in the second half.
Otieno and Chin led their model team with 13 and 10 respectively, combined for 23 of the 34 points. And that really is no surprise, Coach Cheatham, because they kind of led them all season with about 34, 35-point average coming into this game between them. Benson gave him a little bit of spark in the first half with a couple of buckets. Didn't play a whole lot in the second half. But I thought the turnovers, like you mentioned, you brought up a stat that was very telling to me. The 11 turnovers at that one point by Model was really a big difference in this game.
Yeah, you just cannot turn the ball over. You can't give a team with the athleticism of Henry Clay multiple opportunities. You have to cherish every possession. Much easier said than done. Model does a great job of it for 16 minutes, but the game's 32 minutes long.
Lexington Catholic, Woodford County coming up. We're going to step out, take another break, come back on PrepSpin and wrap it up, and then get into the pregame of Lexington Catholic, Woodford County. 3 games in the book, and 3 teams have punched their ticket. Bryan Station, Lafayette, and now Henry Clay will join them in the Final Four Monday night. We'll come back on PrepSpin.
The Kentucky Center for Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner, is now Clear Choice Orthodontics. Why the name change, you ask? Well, we believe that there's only one choice for all your orthodontics needs, and that choice is clear. Clear Choice Orthodontics. We offer a unique level of care for each smile in your family. We also feature the latest in Invisalign technology and Invisalign Teen. Put our award-winning experience to work for you. For a lifetime of beautiful smiles, come visit the most outstanding orthodontist in Kentucky, Clear Choice Orthodontics, home of Doctors Durbin, Wong, and Gardner.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
1,876 small businesses in Kentucky were financed by Whitaker Bank last year.
Whitaker Bank helped 2,415 Kentucky families make a house a home last year by financing their mortgage.
Over $3 million loaned to Kentucky families and small businesses to help them achieve their dream.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
This is a special place.
Our home court advantage.
With the support of our fans and the Big Blue Nation, we can accomplish anything.
That same hometown advantage can be yours at Central Bank.
With their winning personal service, Central is passionate about helping me succeed.
They're always behind me, helping guide my financial strategy, and they can help you too.
Think local.
Grow local.
Bank local. Put Central Bank's hometown advantage to work for you.
Thanks to all of our great sponsors again, and thanks to William Warfield for doing a great job as executive producer. Thanks to all our camera folks, too. William will have to tell us. I know Steve, and who else we got, Mr. Warfield, working the cameras. Emily Eiler. So thanks to those folks as well. For Justin Cheatham, this is Gary Ball. Big win by Henry Clay, 61-34, as they knock off Model to join Bryan Station Lafayette in the Final Four. Lexington Catholic, Woodford County coming up. Darren Douglas and Coach Tony Wise with the call with William Warfield. And again, 61-34, Henry Clay over Model. Thanks for watching on PrepSpin, and thanks to all of our advertisers.